What was the dumbest thing you ever did to try and impress a girl or guy? In elementary school, when I walked by this girl I liked, I would pretend to chew gum and crack my knuckles cause I thought I'd look cool. Jesus. I bet this kid could carry so many folding chairs at once. Love this 9-year-old me was so impressed when Brandon could lift 5 at once. Kids are so fucking weird. Can't locate the post, but on a similar post a guy commented that in elementary school he liked a girl with glasses and didn't want her to feel like an outcast, so he would come home from school every day and stare right into a light bulb to try to damage his eyes and need glasses. What? And I can't stress this enough. The fuck? He clearly wasn't the brightest light. I've posted this before but still funny to me. Dating a gymnast in high school. We go to a park and I see parallel bars that are designed for stretching, but I'm convinced I can do a handstand on them because I'm awesome. She keeps insisting they are too far apart, but I don't listen. Attempt said handstand. They were indeed too far apart, so I collapsed down, jamming my chest past my hands and strain/tear all the ligaments holding my chest muscles to my breastbone. Good times were not had later, or for a long while after. The funniest part is that this was her area of expertise, and you still decided you knew better. He definitely didn't impress her with listening skills or athletic prowess that day. When I was a teen I took taekwondo classes and there were 2 beautiful girls around my age. They liked to go and have a smoke behind them all before class and I wanted to be cool and impress them, so I took up smoking too. It was about 2 weeks and when one girl came to class early so I went and had a smoke with her. Then the next girl came in and wanted to have a smoke, so I went and had another one with her. When we came back we started doing our warm-up laps and I felt very queasy. I had to throw up, so ran outside, right next to the Dairy Queen. I threw up all over the glass wall where the cashiers and several people eating looked on in horror. I memorized the complete poetical works of Robert Frost. I once pretended I was drunker than I actually was and proceeded to read poetry to someone for about an hour in order to put off having to directly decline to have sex with him. My ploy worked and I sent him on his way. He later told me that I'm weird when I'm drunk. This is not particularly relevant to your comment. Got into a downhill snowball fight while skiing at 30 miles per hour, hit some ice, and shattered my tibia. Did a backflip from a tree about 5 feet up, landed it, but the ground was slippery and I used my hands to catch me falling backwards and broke my wrist. 10th grade me, you were a fucking moron. I mean landing it at all is still pretty badass though. Not really dumb, but kinda funny to look back on now. I wasn't good at sports, but I was fairly quick, so I joined the track team to impress a girl. Turns out the girl wasn't impressed by runners, but I did end up going to state in the 100 meter dash and placing second. I also ended up getting a scholarship for track, so it was sort of a win I guess. I just realized my entire school choice/career path has been a result of trying to impress a girl. For those asking, my best time in the 100 meter was 10.81 seconds. Ooh, finally, I can tell this story. My sister was driving me back to college after Thanksgiving break, and there was this cool girl who drove a yellow Jeep Wrangler who I had some classes with. On the road getting closer to the school, I saw a yellow Jeep coming up next to us in the left lane. Of course, I thought it had to be her. I was in the passenger seat and decided it would be a great idea to open the sunroof, stick my head out, and say hello. Mind you, we are going about 60 miles per hour, and I wear glasses. I opened the sunroof, stuck my head out, turned to face the upcoming car, and my glasses flew off my face. I'm practically blind without them. I yelled at my sister to pull over, and we spent the next 30 minutes wandering around the side of the highway, blind, to try and find my frames. They got pretty smashed up, but luckily the lenses weren't too scratched. I was able to get some duct tape and a pair of sunglasses at a gas station and rig up the monstrosities I wore on my face for the rest of that semester. No cash for new ones. To this day I still don't know if it was her driving that Jeep. Told some girl I liked in 7th grade that a kid pushed me down the bleachers to elicit sympathy. The kicker is that she was there when it would have happened. She did not believe me. Also the same girl I asked out while knowing she had a boyfriend. I was a dumbass 12-year-old. You have relationships when you're 12. I only had rollerblades that made me fairly happy. The guy I was seeing went on a vacation with his family for 2 weeks, and I had the key to his place to feed his cat. While he was gone, I painted his bathroom. He thought it was weird, but seemed mostly okay with it. But it worked. He married me in October. Take up smoking in high school. Didn't get the guy, and it took 15 years for me to quit smoking. Haven't been a smoker for almost 7 years now. Quitting smoking was one of the hardest things I have done. I feel this is my soul. I started smoking to impress this girl and 10 years later I still smoke. Hands down one of the dumbest things I've done to impress anyone. I was abroad in Dominican Republic. They had a dance competition on a stage. Anyone could enter, and it had around 200 people watching. I was about 9 to 10 ish and spotted a cute girl who must have been around 14 to 15. So obviously I decided the best way to get her attention was to get up on stage and dance my heart out. Cue 3 minutes of awkward shuffling while maintaining constant eye contact with that girl and horrified/queasy looks from my parents. The coordinator cut me off early by pretending the speaker stopped working. I got a pity clap. Ran into a busy road and picked up a hedgehog. Wasn't run over, but my hand stung for a week. I bought a hedgehog off someone to give to her, but her parents said no. I ended up keeping him, and he was the sweetest boy. Lived for 7 years. Edit. I was very young and didn't have much of a thought process past. She's going to definitely like me after this. Did you buy it off someone who picked it up in the middle of the street? In high school, a few hours after school was let out, I was talking to this guy I had a crush on when he mentioned he left his Spanish notebook in his locker and had a test the next day. Since it was a regional high school and he was far away and I was close, I offered to help him out. I walked a mile to the school, went to his locker, called him, got the combination, and read 10+ pages from the notebook to him while I sat on the hallway floor and he took notes. Getting up from the bleachers to play PE dodgeball, I tried to pull my sweatpants off while yelling "let's do this." Ended up yanking off everything, boxers and all. Bold. I lied and said I had experience in journalism because I didn't think we'd have anything except a brief encounter when I'd actually only taken one class in college. Our first date he took me with to report on a local clash between police and citizens, and I got tear gassed and robbed. Ah yes, nothing says I fancy you like taking her to the riots on the first date. Tried to raise a scooter down the steepest hill around. Crashed into the back of a funeral hearse and shattered the back window. There was a body inside and the family was outside waiting to either go to the cemetery or take the coffin inside. I got up, covered in blood and glass, grabbed my scooter and hobbled away to the nearest alleyway. Oh no. When I was 15, I dropped a heavy book on my head. It was this old dictionary, a single volume that was easily 8 inches thick and probably weighed 15 pounds. I laid down on the floor, held it over my head with my arms fully extended, and dropped it the foot and a half right onto my forehead. I guess either it would show how tough I was. I was not tough. It sorta worked because I dated her until freshman year of college. But that was likely in spite of my actions and not because of them. My friend got hit by a car to impress a girl, and it worked. I think they are still dating 3 years later. How has the human race survived for so long? Embarrassing to admit, but the only time I truly tried to impress a girl was in primary school, when I was about 10 or 11. I would swear, when she was near and always gave the impression I didn't give a fuck. Backfired though, she just ended up thinking I had anger and behavioral issues. I wore her super small hoodie a whole school day that also had a really strong perfume smell. Even got genuinely pissed at my friend when he jokingly tried to take it from me. Can you please explain the events that led to this? Let's just say serial killers are very protective of their trophies. Stabbed my leg with a kitchen knife. We are gonna need some more info on this. Hey, look how fucking badass I am. Stabs leg. Wow, that was pretty badass. You were right. Will you have sex with me now? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more videos like this. Don't forget to leave your stories in the comments below.